guys, welcome back to another week of Weekly Coldplay. My name is Monica.
My name is Daniel.
And we are a weekly podcast all about...
You guessed it.
Roblox.
Yeah.
I love Roblox. I've played it so much in my life.
This is a lie, and she won't even let me show it to her, even though I really want her.
I don't like
want
it.
to. I think we could have fun playing together. I think you would enjoy an obby.
I'm too grown.
You are not too grown for Lego Fortnite, so...
Yeah, but that's fun.
You haven't even tried... Okay, never mind.
I'm scared of new things, Daniel.
I wonder why.
Because it's scary.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, this week we are going to talk about... What just came out, Daniel?
Was it MUSiC?
What? It's out. It's real. It's in your phones right now.
I've heard it
or on your
so
shelf.
many times now.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I live with MUSiC playing in my head all the time.
It's playing in my head right now. Right now, specifically, All My Love.
Oh, my love.
Yeah.
we got that joint connector speaker.
Yeah. We have the shine.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are talking about MUSiC, which is out. It has landed. She's here.
MUSiC has touched down.
Yeah. And, yeah, we're just going to talk about our opinions on it, which is all positive, because I really enjoyed the album. Daniel, do you enjoy the album?
No, I hate it.
I knew it.
I'm lying. I love it so much. You guys don't understand.
It's very good. So we're going to go track by track for that, our thoughts, everything. And then, we have our other news, and then some spoilers and speculation. I know what you're thinking. What, the album's out already? What do you mean there's spoilers and speculation? It makes no sense. Well, Coldplay, and they're always putting out new music. They're always plotting.
Scheming, even.
Yes, exactly. So... I'm actually pretty surprised that we even have this section as well. So, yeah, there's still a lot for us to talk about. Anyway, let's just get right into it. MUSiC.
So it starts off with the John Hopkins track, that now I'm blanking off the name of. Is in Glastonbury.
Forever Held.
So it starts off Forever Held.
Yes.
Very fantastic opening.
And then it goes, to this very soft piano. It's so good.
Oh, okay. MUSiC had me in tears the first time we heard it.
Yes. We were at one of the early listening parties that they were holding at indie stores across the U.S.
Which we will talk more about in just a moment.
Yeah.
But, it had me in tears. It is one of the many songs on this album that had very impactful lyrics to me. Specifically, I'm trying to trust in the heavens above. I'm trying to trust in a world full of love. And then, if there's anyone out there, I'm close to the end. If there's anyone out there, I just need a friend.
Yeah. I'm pulling up the booklet right now so if you hear just this, it's the booklet. Yeah. I mean, the lyrics on this album in general, but on very specific songs, and we'll get into it, but MUSiC, Angel's Song really got me, Jupiter, I'm a Mountain. They're just really impactful. I mean, sure, super simple, la la la, but...
Yeah, we're infected with lalavitis.
But then there's I'm in the valley of the shadow of death, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jupiter longed to be herself or die.
Yeah. And yeah, I was also sobbing. It was basically just Daniel and I just staring at each other, just
sobbing.
Don't
worry, we stayed out of the way of everyone else at the listening party.
Yeah. I think there were people around us, and then I think they saw us crying, and they all left.
Yeah, and then one person walked up to tell you that you gave her goosebumps because you're Filipino.
Yeah. More on that later, maybe? Or, I might just leave it at that. And yeah, okay. Next is Feels Like I'm Falling in Love. They already know our thoughts on Feels Like I'm Falling in Love.
I know, okay, but last night listening to the whole album with my headphones on for the first time.
Yeah.
I had a whole like new experience that feels like I'm falling in love.
Sure.
Like I've heard that song so many times.
Yeah,
but,
same.
Like, and you already like we were getting so lit to it in the car today. I feel like there was a whole new energy there.
Yeah, I also really like what they were teasing like at the shows with like the feels like falling in love, you know, from Fix You, or no, Good Feelings, sorry, from Good Feelings to Feels Like I'm Falling in Love. You know, we just thought, well, what's this funky? Like, why is it like this? And then turns out we were actually hearing part of Moon music.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were teasing it all along. Unbeknownst to at least me. I think everybody else knew. I did not knew.
I didn't know either, so that makes two of us.
All right. And then the next track, We Pray. Still
and
really
so
good.
We Pray, yeah.
Yes, amazing song. Yeah, I am obsessed with that song. It's just like funky. With like the album as a whole, it's like one of those weird things for me personally. It's like it doesn't fit, yet it fits.
Yes, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it is the odd one out, but in a good way.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Because, like, sure, like, musically, it's different from everything else, but the message is still the same, which is what I really like, you know, about the album as a whole. Just being like, hey, it's about, you know, it's about love, and it's about coming together, and hope, and, you know.
Yeah.
It's really good. I'm trying not to cry right now every time I think about this song.
Good luck, because next we're talking about Jupiter.
Okay.
This
was when I was openly sobbing. No.
Yeah.
In public.
Me too. I had to sit down. I had stood back up for We Pray. I had to sit back down.
Yeah.
Because I was losing it.
Yeah. Because like one of the things with this song as well, as you know, I was in the Philippines. We've said this plenty of times on the podcast, but if you're a first time listener, I was in the Philippines, and that was when Chris recorded "Love Who You Love," which I've memed a lot on this on this podcast until I actually heard it in real life, and then I started just absolutely just bawling. Because I was like, oh my god, that's me.
So we'd heard like the little snippet of this on Spotify with like Chris playing it acoustic. Mm-hmm. We didn't realize the actual song was going to be like that.
That's
so
true.
When it started like that, Monica was like, oh my god, Danielle, it's
the same.
This song means so much to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned this last episode, and then I got some flack for not saying enough about what my thoughts were. I didn't realize I wasn't verbose enough.
Yeah. It doesn't really.
I didn't process that was all I said, so I'll go on more about it now. Mm-hmm. So I am trans, and a lot of these lyrics hit really hard for me. She wasn't free to be exactly who she ought to be. She saw in colors others couldn't see. She would pretend to be somebody way less extraordinary. She longed to be herself or die. She wanted to burst into a butterfly, which is a common trans metaphor. Speaking only words that a girl can't say. Yeah. When they say yourself is wrong, the Orchestra of Rainbows play. Mm-hmm. This song's just very, very special to me as a queer person, as a trans person, and as someone who has struggled with being told for a lot of reasons that aspects of myself are wrong and not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just very special to me. I also, in my head, this song is connected to both Angel Song and Eterna, which I guess I'll get into when we get to Angel Song and Eterna.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really good song.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, whenever you were explaining it, I started welling up, just a little bit of tears. I was like, oh, because, also, I mean, I also find it kind of significant that I'm also on the song, and so I'm like, it's like I'm speaking to you, kind of, almost.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all.
Yeah.
Hey, love who you love.
Hey, love who you love, Monica.
Love who you love.
Yeah, next time anyone is being rude to you about any aspect of your identity, even if it's just the fact that you like Coldplay.
Yeah.
Just remember, love who you love.
Well,
Even if it's
I do love
for 5 British
Coldplay.
boys.
Not men, boys. Next is Good Feelings.
Good feelings.
I mean, when I first heard this song, I guess the studio version, all I said was Guy Berryman ate and left no crumbs, and I stand by that. Nile Rodgers did an amazing job kind of helping the band out with this song. Yeah, it's a fun, it's a fun pop song. I mean, it's a feel good feelings.
The feel good song of the summer, even though it's not summer anymore.
Yeah, feel good song of the autumn.
It's summer here.
Yeah, it's summer all the time.
So I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, I'm not sure. When I first heard this song, like the very first time I heard it, which is when they played it live for the first time and I heard like a recording of it. I was like in a bad headspace and it wasn't that great a recording, and I didn't like it. I didn't get it. It wasn't my thing. Now that I've heard the studio version, I love this song so much, and every time I listen to it, I feel like I love it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all. I just really like it.
Yeah, it's really fun. I like it a lot.
Jump scare.
Look, that's Light Club.
Featuring Electric Universe.
Alien Hits, Alien Radio.
Which, this song, there are still some mysteries to it to me. So this is the Rainbow Emoji song, which we've been told by Phil is pronounced Alien Hits, Alien Radio. According to the lyric booklet, it has like 7 parts, which are Angel Song, that's Will's bit, MUSiC, but like it's an acronym, Man in the Moon, Opus 5, with, that's hard to read, Kiori Muraji, Sunshine, Neon Forest, and The Karate Kid. Listed in the credits is only Neon Forest, Opus 5, and Angel Song.
Yeah.
Also something about Drone in C, but I think that's just part of Neon Forest, which is co-produced by John Hopkins, which is probably why it sounded similar to Forever Held.
Yeah.
Anyway, as far as we can tell, it opens with Neon Forest, and then eventually there's a bit with Chris singing. I think that's Opus 5. And then you have Angel Song, which that's the bit that always makes me cry.
Yeah, because it's sung by who?
Will Champion. But that's not even why, by William Champion.
This little drawing.
Yeah, I know. But that's not even why it makes me cry. It's the lyrics, which, to all of us, no, don't give up. Storms pass. Love lasts. It all goes by so fast. Which hits really, really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I agree. So, whenever we've heard this at the listening party, I couldn't understand what was being said.
Yeah.
Could you?
No, I couldn't. It didn't break me till the theatrical release.
Yeah.
When there were the lyrics up on the screen.
And I was reading it, I was like, oh. And then you hear Will's angelic voice just go off, and it's tears again. And then, Daniel and I just turned to each other. We were just wet faces. just wet faces. I'm just like, okay, great. Yeah.
So, alright, I mentioned a connection to Angel Song with Jupiter. I will go into that right now really quick. So in Jupiter, there's a line. She followed the rain to where the rainbow lay. All of the angels singing, come and say, I love who I love. And also, there's a line in Jupiter, the message from above is never give up. And so this is called Angel Song. And it says, no, don't give up. Storms pass, love lasts. And to me, this is the message from the angels to Jupiter. But, yeah. Angel Song is very special to me. Oh, and then after that, there's the bit with the Maya Angelou recording, and she is talking about a song, and it goes, when it looked like the sun wouldn't shine anymore, God put a rainbow in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's her talking, saying, I have so many rainbows in my clouds.
Mm-hmm.
I have had so many clouds, but I have
Mm-hmm.
so many rainbows.
Yeah.
And I have had so many clouds, but I have so many rainbows.
Yeah, we almost crashed. I think it was one of our today when I picked you up, and then this song was playing, and then I was listening to it. Oh no! Yeah. God, this album is so powerful. Anyway, if I keep stewing on that, I'm gonna keep crying. Anyway, onto "I'm a Mountain," which will make me cry even more.
Which of these songs don't make you cry?
Eterna.
Really? Even that one hits me sometimes.
No, I'm bopping to Eterna.
Okay.
Do. Anyway, we'll get to Eterna. I'm so excited now. But "I'm a Mountain." What got me, I think, whenever watching the reading the lyrics actually, was "Stood on a sea of pain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. I'll be back on my feet again, 'cause I'm a mountain." And then everyone's taking aim. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. I'll be back on my feet again. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is really coming at a point in my life right now where it feels like everything is like falling on me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And, I'll be back on my feet again. Coldplay said it correctly. I'm not going to elaborate on that. That's really it.
You will be back on your feet again. And my love for you will remain.
Okay, great.
It's all going to be okay, actually.
I thought I was going to be okay talking about "I'm a Mountain." Okay.
It's all going to be okay.
Yeah. As far as song composure, composition. I'm not keeping any kind of composure.
Listening to this song, absolutely not.
When this was first, kind of like being played, like sound checked, in Singapore, and people were listening to it during Moon Lounge. People were comparing it to almost like Death and All His Friends-esque, and that's one of my favorite songs. I love Death and All His Friends.
Yeah, you're gonna get that back tattoo.
Yeah, exactly. And this song, I feel like does have elements of that, of like the big swelling, just crashing of the drums, and then the Johnny's, just going off. But I think that I feel like Death and All His Friends starts quiet and then gets big. I think this song stays big, and gets bigger, like mountains do.
Yeah.
Over time, I think. I don't know.
No, that's not how mountains work.
No, that's exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
um,
You heard it here first. The mountains are growing.
well, okay, no, because when the erosion, the earth is dipping, but the mountains are getting bigger by the erosion.
No, the erosion makes mountains smaller, Monica.
No, around the mountain.
I don't think you know how erosion works.
The floor.
The valley?
Yeah, the floor.
But I can't say a car lives somewhere. Talking about the floor of a mountain, and I can't say a car lives somewhere.
Listen.
All right, dear listeners, settle a debate for us. If you see a car around town, you're trying to say you've seen it around your neighborhood, and you say, oh, that car lives in my neighborhood. That makes sense, right? That's a sensical thing to say.
Okay.
Anyway. Eterna.
Also, look at this. It looks like a mountain.
I know. Yeah, I think that's why they called it IAAM, because the A, A, and the M are all mountain shaped.
Yeah, and the I is just there.
It's just there.
Yeah. Anyway, we're talking about the booklet. the way that Chris wrote "I Am a Mountain." All right, Eterna, my song.
You will call all of them your song.
I know, but this one really.
I know. If we're gonna crash to any thing, it's gonna be Eterna because you're bopping too hard.
I know. I'm always dancing to Eterna. It's so fun. I mean, I'm happy that I got to hear it live in Manila Night 2, because it's just as fun, like the studio version, as it is, part of Light Club. And I wish that they would bring it back, Coldplay. I mean, listen, no hate to Martin Garrix and Breakaway. That's a lot of fun. But like some of us, me, want to hear Eterna live again. Because it's so much fun. And I think now that the album's out, I think you should do it. And then also, it's more extended now. So we just found out that what was it, Zulu?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of Eterna means I love you. So.
But yeah, okay. So is it time? Do I get to talk yet about my Eterna connection to Jupiter?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So in Jupiter, it says she would pretend to be somebody way less extraordinary. All right. And in Eterna, the lyrics are, "This must be bliss. It must be for this I exist. Because I always want to feel like this. This must be bliss. This extraordinariness. And I always want to feel like this." And to me, this song is talking about the feeling of embracing yourself and who you actually are for the first time.
Yeah.
And feeling that bliss of like, oh, I can be myself. And this is why I exist. This is what it's for. And I always want to feel free to be myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that. I like that connection.
Thank you.
Also, there's even a part here that's like, oh yeah, it took my soul to heaven. Isn't there a part of Jupiter that says heaven, or am I thinking of a different song?
Yeah, in Jupiter she goes up to heaven and there's a billboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took my soul to heaven.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, these are actually connected. I don't think I'm stretching here. I think I'm finding what they wanted us to find.
Yeah. All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Unless you already figured it out and we're just late to the game.
Nah, I don't think we're late to the game because this song came out today.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time you listen to it, it will have been out for a few days, but.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now on to All My Love. First off, it's got the lyric, All the Colors of the Weather, which is on Johnny's guitar, which we were just wondering where that was from. It's from All My Love. I love this song a lot too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it. This one is the one for me that I wouldn't say the most excited about the composition, but
mm-hmm.
I really love the composition of this song.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, Monica was comparing it to Elton John.
Yes, yeah. Specifically the da 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 da. Like,
yeah.
And
is my favorite bit.
Yeah, which it sounds like Elton John, but I can't quite place what Elton John song that sounds like. Maybe Rocket Man. I don't know. I can't quite place it right now.
More like Saturday Night. It's all right. Maybe.
No, but that's I was talking about a ballad.
I would need to I would probably get it if I rewatched Rocket Man.
Yeah, probably. That movie's so good. Hey, listener,
I saw that one in theaters.
So did I.
Hell yeah.
Hey, listener, if you haven't seen the movie Rocket Man, you should, because I love that movie.
Do you know what my favorite Elton John song is? Have I told you this before?
No.
For me, it's in the same place in my head as Us Against the World, actually.
Okay.
It's your song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's your song.
Maybe it is your song.
And then lastly, on the album is One World, Only One World.
Yeah. It's very good, and it has a lot of people's voices. Over 100,000.
Yeah, let me see. It is 137 204,000, right?
Wait.
No, 137,204. I got confused.
Yeah, Monica is on that one.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Not even probably. I can hear you. I told you.
Oh. But yeah, guest singers from 207 countries. Yeah, that's a lot of people. 207 countries.
I know.
My goodness. This one is really good. Whenever, like, all the people come in, I was telling Daniel this earlier, but whenever they all come in, I don't know, listener, if you remember the THX logo, that goes, you know, it goes like that.
It's
anyway,
especially scary in movie theaters.
Yes. Yeah, it's a really scary noise from our childhood, and it kind of sounds like that, but in a positive way. / pause.
Yeah, luckily it does not go on too long. Then there's strings.
Yes. Yeah.
And then Chris comes back in to say, it's just,
in
the end, it's just love.
Yeah, and there's a bird drawn here.
Yeah. Also, there's like little drawings of all the guys.
Yeah.
Including Phil.
Yeah.
It says we are all one in the universe.
I got that on a shirt.
And also, okay, there's bird sounds in One World. By the way, also, there's a lyric about birds in MUSiC. So, 2 bird events in this album.
There's a lot of bird events. Chris really likes birds.
And then, so after One World ends, there's a little bit of silence, and then the bird sounds come back in.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chris and Will are singing with just la la la's Unnamed Melody, which was co-written by Apple Martin.
Yeah.
And part of it is the same as Jumbotron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I want to note that the bird sounds at the beginning of One World is the same bird sounds as Hymn for the Weekend. So actually, I give this album a 0 out of 10 for reusing bird sounds.
That's where the line is drawn.
Yeah, where's the connection between Hymn for the Weekend and One World, other than birds? Lyrically. Drink on me. Yeah.
It's about love. Your love is like a drug, and then in the end, it's just love. There we go. Found the connection.
I think just Chris just likes birds.
It's
and
the
singing
Coldplay extended
la, la, la.
universe.
Exactly.
So now, a few other things about MUSiC. First off, before we get into these bits, do you want to tell the listeners what we spent the day doing?
Driving around and picking up different copies of MUSiC because I am a collector. And I'm very normal about Coldplay. And right here with me, I have the Target exclusive, which is the red vinyl. I have the Barnes & Noble exclusive LP. These are both LPs. Oh, all 3 are LPs. The Barnes & Noble exclusive, which is yellow.
It was all yellow.
And then the Zoetrope, which looks really cool.
Yeah, well, we'll spin it after this.
Yeah, for sure. I spent too much money today, and also this is obviously the Target exclusive, Barnes & Noble exclusive. This is the U.S. exclusives. I forgot what they are overseas, but I think some of them are already sold out for the overseas folks, so sorry. But, I mean, there's barely any of the Target ones. Well, we
went to one Target, and there were, like, 2 that were hidden behind stuff and dinged up. So then we went to another Target, and we thought there weren't any there, and right at the moment we got there, an employee walked up with them to put out on the shelf, and we found one in a good condition.
Yeah.
And then Barnes & Noble, they hadn't put them out at all yet, and when we asked, they went to the back and got one from the back.
Yeah.
And it was dinged.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you live in the U.S., go ahead. All the copies should be out by now, on the shelves.
Unless they're already sold out by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, maybe, but I hope not. You know, I hope at least I hope it's available still on Target and Barnes & Noble website. So I'll just check that. And then the Zoetrope is indie store exclusive. I got mine at Cactus Music here in Houston, Texas. Which
we will talk about in just one moment.
Yeah, we were actually just there. I mean, well, picking up my Zoetrope, but no, we were there on the 1st. Right? It was the 1st.
It was the 1st.
So I already forgot. This week has been a big blur for me.
A big MUSiC and also other things blur.
Yes. And they had the early listening party, and it was a lot of fun. We got there pretty early. During the day, Daniel and I, we hung out, and we made friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
Or just regular bracelets, because I think friendship bracelets are something different, as you've told me.
Yeah, but I mean, they represent our friendship with every other Coldplayer. Yeah. So in that way, spiritually, they are friendship bracelets.
Mm-hmm. And we made some to give out. We made, MUSiC ones, one ugly MUSiC one that I made. I'm sorry to whoever has that one. I'm embarrassed by that one, alright? And, what else? Jupiter.
I'm a Mountain.
I'm a Mountain.
Eterna, but I don't know if that was made in time for the...
Yeah.
No, wait, I think I might have... Did we? No, that one was not made yet. But
yellow. We had a couple of yellows.
A few yellows. Those ones were popular.
Yeah.
Jupiter. I think we already said that.
Yes. Yeah. But anyway,
and weekly Coldplay.
Yes.
We gave out some that say weekly Coldplay on them.
Yeah, and we were just kind of standing around for like an hour listening to the other listening party, which was ambient music, which made us very uneasy.
The second best ambient record ever.
Hey, but David Lynch would have loved it. All right, shout out David Lynch.
I couldn't take it for very long. I know. We had to go in the other room a few times.
First you were like, oh, I'm kind of vibing with this, and I was stressed out, but I was like, all right, if Daniel's down with it, then he's down with it. And then it started to get to him, and then we went to the other room. And we're like, okay, now we're just chilling. But yeah,
it felt like it was eroding my soul.
Yeah, I think that's the point. I think
I don't want my soul eroded.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very great. We met a lot of cool people. We met someone else going to New York, who we'll see then. We met at least one person who said she followed the podcast. So if you're listening now, hi.
Hello, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Also, Monica won a T-shirt and gave it to me.
Yeah,
and it's my first Coldplay shirt that's not like a very thick sweater, and I don't live in Colorado anymore.
And then what else? We got a poster.
Yeah, and we got moon goggles.
So yeah. Overall, the listening party was a great experience. I highly recommend going to Cactus again. I mean, I always talk about Cactus. I feel like almost weekly. I talk about Cactus Records here in Houston, but they're a great shop. I really like them. Daniel's standing not standing. He's sitting like a cactus. His arms are out like a cactus right now. And yeah, the staff is really friendly. They have a great selection of records. And yeah, I think that everyone, wherever you are in the world, should support local and indie record stores.
Yes, you should, because those are important and they're dying out slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also, the very next day, October 2nd, went to a theatrical release where it was mostly just lyric visualizers on the screen while we listened.
Yeah, we gave away more bracelets.
Yeah, we gave away a few more bracelets. Someone traded me Sweet Tart ropes for a bracelet. We had some this time with like the band members' names on them. And then this was when we got to like actually read the lyrics, so a lot of things were hitting different this time. Yeah. And then at the end, there was an exclusive clip from one of their live Dublin shows of them performing We Pray with Little Sims, Eliana, and Teeny all performing their verses.
Yeah, and it looked fun and amazing.
It was really great. Honestly, it was worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was glad we did that. And the last thing I want to mention before we move on to other news, because I think you didn't see it, but there were also a Film for the Future little clips on Spotify Canvas for every song. And they're very cute. Some of them are animations. Some of them are like live action things. I forget which one has the circles from Humankind Politic.
That one is One World, is it not?
No, it's not. I don't think it is.
No, I think it's... Oh, yeah, because One
World is the hands. One of them has the circles from Humankind and Politic. All My Love is the music video for All My Love. Jupiter has some gorgeous animation. So does MUSiC. Both of those have fantastic animations.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head which one it is.
It might be Eterna.
No, Eterna was the funky...
Eterna had the funky guys.
That's all we're gonna say. You have to look
go
that one
watch
up.
it yourself. Eterna's got some funky guys.
I'll just go look it up right now.
Okay. Alright, the circles are in I Am a Mountain.
Yeah.
We found out. We discovered for you.
Yeah. That's all. Anyway, I miss humankind and I miss politics.
Alright. First off, in other news... Coldplay have created a Roblox account, and not only that, they have created an exclusive, limited time only Roblox experience in 4 parts. All right, there is what is it? The starving artist, tortured artist.
Yeah, the car dealership.
Oh no, the artist. That's Johnny. All right.
Yeah.
And then Guy's got the Tower of Misery.
Yes.
And then there's a car dealership tycoon, and that's Will. And then Chris's is the really easy obby, which you would enjoy a really easy obby. I'm telling you, Monica.
I don't know what you're saying to me.
I explained to you, obbies are the parkour ones.
Oh my god. Anyway, I did create a Roblox account because
but she doesn't want to play it with me. She wants me to just stream it to her.
Yes.
I will do that if you stand by that.
Yes.
But I would like your company playing them with me if you change your mind.
Okay.
I think Roblox is more fun with a friend.
I just don't think I have the computer to...
It does not take that much on your computer, I
promise. But you've seen my laptop.
I have seen your laptop.
So, yeah, and I don't want to be in the family room playing Roblox.
Yes, you do.
At my big age, absolutely not.
No, you should do it. No.
Anyway, I'm not doing that. Yeah.
You're still the youngest one there. Look.
Yeah.
Everyone else is now 40 or older, so.
Yeah.
And you're not yet 30, so.
I'm about to be.
But you're not yet. But that's after the Roblox thing ends.
Oh my god. No, absolutely not.
Play Roblox before you turn 30.
No. I don't know. Okay, maybe I might turn around because I know whenever Coldplay made a TikTok, I was like, oh, Rassam Coldplay on TikTok. I'm being old, blah, blah, blah. And then now I live on TikTok.
Yeah,
so maybe...
and you play Fortnite on the regular.
Hey, Fortnite rules. Come on, where are we dropping? Why can't Coldplay be on Fortnite? Number 1
victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down.
Get down!
Hey, Coldplay, you should put your songs on Fortnite Festival, please, and thank you. I'm obsessed with Rock Band, and Fortnite Festival is Rock Band, and I want to play Good Feelings.
I just really want a Eterna emote. And like a Chris Alien head.
Yeah, or like the Electric Universe head and the emote is doing the Chris running.
Yeah. No, you know what? No, I want the Chris Alien head as a back bling. I really want that.
You don't want to wear it on your head?
I mean, yeah, but that's not a thing. Okay. That's in.
So just have Electric Universe on your back?
Yeah, just the head.
Oh, God.
I've decapitated him, but now he's on my back.
It's like a trophy.
Yeah.
No, actually, there should be an Electric Universe skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love that. I'm going to double check Fortnite, see if there's any updates. Any Coldplay updates. Well, you never know.
Coldplay, you would have seen it on your Twitter.
You never know. I feel like I'm the only one that plays Fortnite.
The only one in the world.
Yeah, in the entire world. At least on the Coldplay sphere, in which I am a part of.
I play Fortnite Festival.
Okay, great.
And I like Coldplay.
Yeah?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so do you know if there's Coldplay in the shop right now?
No, I don't.
Okay,
but
see? Mm-hmm.
But that's corroborating the idea that probably there's not Coldplay in the shop right now. But Coldplay would have posted it because they posted Roblox to their story.
Yeah, or maybe they're just embarrassed about Fortnite.
And not about Roblox?
Yeah. Anyway, we gotta move on from this. Coldplay did a CBS Sunday interview. We talked about that, I think, last week whenever it was happening live.
But now we have more details for you.
Yeah, we watched it. I don't remember much from
I remember a few bits, like Chris saying that, like, it's the Skywalker saga thing.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna do 12 albums total. The next one should be out in 2028. When they're done, they're not done being a band. They're not dissolving. They'll keep touring, and the touring will just get better and better. And they'll probably put out some more unreleased things and maybe even some new things, but just the main story will have been told.
Yeah, the main Coldplay story.
Which ties into my theory of the Coldplay extended universe, where it all comes together.
Yeah.
From what it sounded like, from both Chris, and it was Johnny in that interview with him.
Yeah, it was Chris and John.
Because, like, Chris, you can barely read, because Chris is always yapping. But from my read on Johnny, it seemed like the 12 album thing was a plan that, like, several years back, they as a band had, like, planned out what it is.
Yes.
So, like, the stuff we're getting now, like, the songs are being newly written, but they have some kind of, like, idea for, like, the themes and how things tie together.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting to have some parts of that so far planned out in advance.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, again, confirmed... their next album is a musical, and then there's going to be the 12th album, which is going to be really small.
But they might come out in reverse order because the musical will take so long to animate. I think the musical is a film for the future. No,
but I mean, you just saw with all the animations that it all goes with MUSiC.
Right,
so like, what's new?
I think the new album is going to be more bits, and it's all going to come together as a film for the future, and that's going to be the musical.
Okay, well, you heard it here first, folks. We don't know what a film for the future is. This doesn't even
go in spoilers and speculations because it's so out there.
Yeah.
But that's just my 2 cents. I've been saying this. I think a film for the future is going to be the musical, but who knows? Yeah. Maybe not even Coldplay.
Yeah, next bit of news, MLB. Okay, I love me some baseball. I'm a little bit sad talking about this, but MLB put out a video with I'm a Mountain. It's for the postseason. They've done that before. They did it for People of the Pride whenever Music of the Spheres first came out. It was a World Series video because that was the Atlanta Braves and the Houston Astros. That's my Houston Astros, and it seems that whenever MLB puts out a video with a song with Coldplay, the Astros lose. So this is a personal message to MLB. Hey, can you not do that?
Oh my goodness.
As a big fan of both things, I also just really want my Astros to win. So, yeah. Also, in that video, there's barely any Astros in it anyway. You see some of Altuve, and I think maybe Tucker and maybe Bregman. Anyway, I'm going on and on.
About the Astros.
Yeah, congrats to the Tigers. Congrats to AJ Hinch.
I don't know what she's going on about. Anyway, so, MUSiC first premiered at noon in the Moon Saloon in Moon, Wisconsin. Monica, can you repeat that for me?
The MUSiC premiered at the noon... Wait. Premiered at noon in the Moon Saloon in Moon, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
We just wanted to say that.
Yeah. So they were the first people to hear the album, which good for them. And yeah, there was also a video. The news station was there and interviewing people, and talking to, to people there who attended, to patrons of the Moon Saloon. And I think that was just like a really cool thing for them to do.
And on that video, Coldplay commented, "See you in June." More about that later. But, anyway. So next up, there was the MUSiC listening experience in the Valle de la Luna in San Juan, Argentina. They gave out really cute tote bags with the the rainbow heart thing that is gorgeous, and they projected visuals onto the sides of the mountains. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing it's the canvas things that it was.
No, it's like it was completely different visuals.
Oh, it was whole new visuals.
Yeah, so I think the places that were planetariums, as well as that, they got like, I can't even describe like the visuals other than that they're like the lyric visualizers, except not, there was like more like there were birds moving kind of and like little hearts. It looked really, really cool and like a really dope experience, and I'm really sad that I didn't get the experience. But yeah, shout out to everyone who got to experience that. They also gave out those tote bags, like Coldplay Philippines gave out those tote bags as well. So it was around the world that those tote bags were available, and I want one.
Yeah, well, I think we should go to the Time and Space Cube Museum in Manila and then go to Potato Corner.
That's already going to happen.
Okay.
I just want a tote bag.
Well, we'll find a tote bag while we're there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, also in Seoul, there was a MUSiC drone show.
Yeah, it looked super cool. There was forming rainbows, and they said moon music, and a whole bunch of crazy stuff. There was like an alien.
They should start doing that at the shows.
Yeah, they should. Instead of fireworks, they just set up drones.
Shaheem, you can do it. We believe in you.
That would be amazing. But yeah, it looked really cool. Of course, I think that was also to celebrate Coldplay going to Seoul next year as well. So yeah, shout out Korea.
Next up, this is gonna be a little bit of a longer bit because we watched this. There was the QVC performance. So for those of you who don't know, QVC is a home shopping network, and Coldplay played on there. They were selling their Notebook Edition CDs and albums, and taking some calls from a few lucky listeners who got to chat with the band. They played a few songs. They played half of Fliffle and then stopped. I guess Chris got bored. They played Jupiter, which was so
It was amazing.
Fantastic. They played We Pray with a new verse. And they played All My Love.
Yeah, and everything sounded amazing, and of course they were taking calls from fans, and they all looked cute with the little red phones, and they were also selling us stuff. Like, well, I guess
they weren't
showing
even
off.
Selling it.
I know.
They were giving it away. They were doing this as some bit because they just thought it
they
would
were on
be
QVC,
fun.
and it was so QVC. It was giving 80s, and I was obsessed with it. So there was a tea set, there was a frisbee, there was a music box, but most importantly, my favorite thing, there was a MUSiC toaster that I want, and I'm still thinking about.
It might go up on eBay. You never know.
I'm not paying those prices.
Right, but Christmas is coming up.
Okay, well, I really want that MUSiC toaster.
I didn't know that. Great news.
Yeah. Yeah, it toasted out. It said MUSiC on it.
I know. I saw, Monica.
I'm telling the listener.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the toast said MUSiC.
God, Daniel. You forget that we're on a podcast.
Yeah, because this is literally just us recording how we normally talk.
Anyway, the music box was actually really cute because it played the beginning piano bit in MUSiC. So
yeah, it's so gorgeous.
Yeah, there was actually a TikTok that Coldplay had posted of Chris playing with it.
Yeah, and at the same time playing chords on a piano.
No, he wasn't, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
He was doing it with one hand and then doing it with the piano with the other hand.
Oh,
Did you watch the TikTok?
I did, but I mean, I was focused on Chris being happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I ignore that.
Dang.
Also on the QVC show, Will said that there will be a bonus record coming out that has the We Pray blank verse version. Noon at the Moon's in the We Pray blank verse version. Yeah, so who knows what else will be on that bonus record. Yeah. I'm just excited for a bonus because I was saying maybe it'll be like a Prospects March style thing where there's a second record.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck spending more money on more Coldplay.
More on that later. Coldplay will be donating 10% of their profits from the 2025 UK shows to Music Venue Trust to save grassroots venues. That's really cool. I mean, they've for the longest time, like a big business model for Coldplay, I guess philosophy for them is that they've always donated 10% of their profits to charity. So it's cool to see that they're still continuing that all these years later. And yeah, I'm proud of this band.
A cool thing about that is Coldplay got started in grassroots venues. At the start of it, they were just a small band playing in these grassroots venues that are now shutting down. According to the Music Venue Trust, without some kind of intervention or funding, we could see 20% of the UK's independent venues shutting down within the next year or so.
Which is a shame.
They're closing every week, and so this is going to be a huge deal. They're going to be able to keep venues open that otherwise would be shutting down. The same venues that were starting places for bands like Coldplay.
Yeah.
A lot of your favorite artists probably got started playing in grassroots venues, hand selling merch to pay for gas for their tour buses and hotel rooms.
Yeah, something I do recommend watching that's in the same vein, especially that first episode, is Camden. show that's on Disney Plus and Hulu, I think.
We never watched that together.
I watched some of it.
I know, but we were
going
to watch it together.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll talk about it here on the podcast at a later date. After all the MUSiC buzz and there's no shows or anything going on. But Chris talks about being in those grassroots venues and playing in Camden, where all the biggest stars started there. All the biggest UK stars started there, which I think is just really cool. So I definitely recommend watching that if you haven't already.
All right. And if you have not gotten enough of Coldplay Radio is now on SiriusXM, channel 17 until October 14th, and on the SiriusXM app all the way until October 30th.
Yeah.
And you can listen to Coldplay songs and also songs picked by the band as like the songs that made them who they are, as well as testimonials that have been sent in as recordings by fans.
I did not do it. I ended up not doing it. Everything got very busy for me.
I wonder why.
Yeah, exactly. Big news started coming my way, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. I don't want to do anything anymore. But yeah, speaking of Coldplay and radios, Coldplay Radio 2 project is coming back. It was a thing that happened in 2020, and now it's coming back.
So on Coldplay Radio, some of the songs being played are songs that the band has sent in as songs that made them. So the original Coldplay Radio project was to have different Coldplayers create 1 hour long playlists of the songs that made them who they are as people, so that like people in the community could see like where they are all coming from as Coldplayers, as this community. So the Coldplay Radio 2 project is specifically songs that have influenced you over the past 4 years since the last one. They don't have to be songs that came out in the past 4 years. They just have to be songs that made an impact to you over the past 4 years.
Yeah.
If you want to hear some of the people's playlists, there is a hashtag on Twitter, hashtag Coldplay Radio 2. We will post a link to the original post organizing this in the description of our video. And that should have a link to Google Sheets where you can look at people's playlists that they posted, as well as some people are posting commentaries about like why they chose songs and what they mean to them. And if you want to participate, it's free for anyone to participate. There's no deadline, just a 1 hour long playlist of songs that have been important to you and shaped who you are over the past 4 years. Just like notes and description optional. That's all. It's just a very nice community building project being organized
really cool.
through Twitter.
On Amazon, there is a combo of Music of the Spheres and MUSiC. It's called The Spherical Soliloquy. So serious.
It's a whole mouthful.
I know. Moon Saloon at noon. Spherical Soliloquy.
What was the other one? We Pray blank verse version.
Yeah. There's too much.
Too much.
Too much word.
Coldplay, We Pray blank verse. Spherical Soliloquy.
Yeah. And it calls Music of the Spheres a trilogy, which it is. So yeah. That's real cool.
We've gotten 2/3 of the way through.
See, now I'm sad. I'm excited and I'm sad.
With relation to buying CDs, they announced, literally just today, the day we're recording this, which is MUSiC Day, October 4th, a tour edition CD, which has all 10 tracks from MUSiC, and then a second CD with some exclusive live recordings. A lot of them are from Live at River Plate, but then you also have a Live 2024 recording of Fliffle, as well as the Live in Dublin recording of We Pray. I'm assuming the one with all 3 verses.
Yeah. So, of course, I ordered that.
Immediately.
Yeah.
It's only $7 plus shipping and handling and taxes. Anyway, on a different note, for free, you can watch the lyric visualizers on YouTube.
Which I need to go back and do and just kind of see it all.
We haven't checked yet, but in the theatric release, the word heaven was misspelt. So I'm curious if it is still misspelt in the visualizers.
Yeah, it was like Hevean.
Yeah.
Heavy.
It was only on the screen for like half a second, but me and Monica both clocked it immediately. And then afterwards I was like, hey, did you... And she was like, yeah, thank God someone else saw it.
Yeah, and then also released today on MUSiC Day. The All My Love lyric video was put out, but it's basically a music video with lyrics at the bottom.
Yeah, and we will go more in depth and talk about that next week. Yeah, because that's full headliner material. We're just letting you know. We know what happened. It will be covered next week.
Yeah, since it's already a chunky week, we didn't want to keep adding to
Mad
it.
chunk.
Yeah.
Already, we've like passed how long these episodes normally are.
I know. Also, Chris's character, you know the one. Chris's character.
From the All My Love music video with the costume and the suit and the wig and the balloon.
Yeah.
Who I still think you should be for Halloween. Just saying.
His name was Nigel, or was called Nigel, on the Jimmy Fallon show. And he was on Jimmy Fallon
he was
last night and was, as Nigel, sang, and I'm in quotation marks, sang some songs. He sang Hello by Lionel Richie. Not really, he made up his own song. Did you not watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Oh my god. Okay, so he made up all these songs. He was like, can you sing Blank Space by Taylor Swift? And then he just goes, oh, I see a parking space. I'm looking for a parking space. Oh, look, there's a blank space. Something stupid like that.
I need to watch this. I didn't know. All I saw was that he played Yellow. And I was like,
he didn't play Yellow at all. He played Yellow Submarine.
Really?
Which was about underwater navigation.
See, I saw the post that was like, random audience member Nigel, aka Chris Martin, was called up to play Yellow, and I was like, oh, I've seen Chris play Yellow so many times. Yeah. I get the bit. I did not get the bit. Okay, I will be watching this.
Yeah,
that sounds
so
hilarious.
Good. And then, when Chris was not as Nigel on the show, talking to Jimmy, he was basically talking about, the album and what it means to him, and, basic interview stuff. And then he does the whole thing of like, it's always been 12 albums. The Beatles did 12 albums,
Just like the Beatles.
Yeah.
All right. So now is the part of the show where, since we have no sponsors, we are making no revenue. We are actually in the red for this podcast.
I've been left to busking outside at the corner streets and stuff.
Well, buskers are the cornerstone of our civilization.
I know, yeah,
Monica.
and I'm singing Blank Space. I'm parking. I'm going to the parking space. I need a blank space.
Anyway, that's the part where instead of having a sponsor, we highlight a different charity every month. It is the start of a new month, October, and our charity this month is called Not a Phase. This is a UK-specific charity. Obviously, we don't live in the UK, but we wanted to highlight it anyway because it's very cool. Also because Jupiter just came out, and I've already shared my thoughts on Jupiter. Mm-hmm. And, it wasn't a phase for her either. But anyway, this organization was founded in 2020 when it was realized by the people founding it that there were no good charities for trans and non-binary and gender-diverse individuals, and gender-diverse adults. And so the trans and non-binary individuals in the UK face a particularly rough time. I don't know how much you, listener, know about the climate of the world today for trans people. It is not looking great. It's not looking great here in the US, but in the UK, there's a lot of issues with getting access to any kind of gender-affirming care and having support. And so they focus on diversity and inclusion, and they focus on education about trans issues and providing community and support for trans adults throughout the UK. And it is a trans-led charity. And it's just very cool. So you can check it out. Their website is notaphase.org. Even if you don't live in the UK, I would say it would be a cool thing to check out. I am very glad that I've learned about it. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Yeah. On to the part of the show where we have spoilers and speculation for the future of Coldplay, the next album already. MUSiC is already out and we're already talking about the next stuff that's going on. But there's also stuff not really relating to the new album as well. Or what stuff that wasn't even on MUSiC. Anyway, if you want to stick around for that, come on in. If not, thank you for listening.
We love you.
Yeah, thank you for listening for this long. Oh my god.
Yeah. We love you very much.
Yeah. And enjoy MUSiC and enjoy your day.
Go listen to it like 5 more times at least.
Yes. So let's start off this section with Shine On, which was what Chris
was busking in Las Vegas in the Electric Universe head.
Yes. Definitely not on MUSiC.
But maybe on the bonus album, or maybe the next album, or maybe it's the race.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe we just only get that really crappy video of just Chris just dancing. It was not bad quality. It's just I wish that I have that song right here, right now, and not like a recording of Chris dancing.
It's fine. You have so many other songs right here right now. You have Eterna right here right now.
I know, but
you
now
have Eterna right
I
here
want
right
all
now.
the Coldplay songs right now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I still want a Silverbird version of Us Against the World.
Yeah.
So, there was also a theory that people have been talking about that on Coldplay's final self-titled album, which will be called Coldplay, the closing track will be A Wave. Which is very sweet and sad to think about.
I'm not going to think about that
We're going to mention
much.
it very quickly and move on because it hurts.
Yeah.
And
so,
we've got years. We've got years
Yeah. So, if the next one's 2028, that's at least going to be 2045. I'm going to keep pushing it back.
Okay.
And just announced today, Coldplay on Instagram, they teased, question mark, CONVMATXWITNFLON 10-8, which are all state abbreviations as well as Ontario, which is the last one. So all the speculated places that they're gonna go are, well, there's a question mark, so I don't even know what the question mark means, but then there's Colorado, Nevada, Massachusetts, Texas, let's go, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Florida, and Ontario, Canada.
Which, based on their previous thing about See You in June on the Wisconsin Post, we think these might be like summer tour dates in 2025. Which would be so exciting.
Yeah.
My cousin has been hoping they'll go to Denver so that I'll visit my cousin in Denver. I don't think they want to go see Coldplay, but they want to see me.
Okay,
and they know it'll bring me there.
Yeah.
And then Texas, oh my goodness.
Yes.
Maybe they'll play in NASA.
I hope so.
The 10-8, maybe they'll like announce these actual dates at the Today Show, which would be so cool.
So I'll be crying in the crowd.
Throwing up in the crowd.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good we didn't get the city access passes.
No, we got them. I'm just gonna say we got them.
Oh.
Putting that into the manifesting that.
Oh yeah, there was a wait. I didn't. Oh yeah, you put us on the wait list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you'll be throwing up on Chris Martin.
Woohoo!
You'll be throwing
That's
up
a normal
on
day.
Johnny Buckland.
That's a regular day. That's a Sunday afternoon for me. Earlier, last thing that we're gonna talk about was that when we were making bracelets, and I thought, while I was trying to MUSiC last night, I was like, "Hey Daniel, should we make thank you bracelets for the band?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, of course." And so Daniel made those today, and I was practicing handing them to Daniel as if he's Johnny Buckland, and I was just like shaking and uncontrollably. Just great.
Yeah, do it to the microphone. Yeah, you can hear that, right? POV, you're Johnny Buckland.
ASMR.
We're off the rails.
Anyway, listener, thank you for listening for this long as this dummy thick episode. I don't know when that came to me.
I'm sure this will be cut out, but Monica, just before this said energy, rein it back. I calmed myself down.
And then I said dummy thing. Because that was the first thing that came to my mind. Anyway, thank you for listening. We're getting loopy. We're overheating. And we just want to listen to MUSiC again and watch Devil Wears Prada. So, wherever you are, enjoy MUSiC. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, where, whatever time it is where you are. And we will see you next week. But, yeah, my name is Monica.
My name is still Daniel.
And we are Weekly Coldplay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Weekly Coldplay. For more Coldplay content from us, check us out on Twitter at Weekly Coldplay and Instagram at weekly.coldplay. That is weekly, Coldplay. And if you like what you hear, give us a follow on wherever you're listening to the podcast on. Thank you again, and we'll be back next week with more Coldplay news.